This Gibson SG sat in the back room of my local Guitar Center for 2 years, unable to be sold. Why, you may ask? Well, the story is rather interesting, so stick around and we'll talk about it. Hey everybody, my name is Jonathan. Welcome to my Pink Room of Doom. As always, I hope you're doing well. Please make sure you subscribe, like, hit the bell notification, all that kind of good YouTube stuff. If you want to help support the channel in any other way besides just subscribing, there are links in the description that can help you do that. With that being said, let me tell you about my new Gibson SG. All right, so first things first, this is a used guitar. This is a Gibson SG Tribute. The Tribute series was like a budget-ish line by Gibson. I think they were like $12.99. They may have been when they were introduced. This is a 2012, so back in 2012, they were probably sub $1,000. Really good deals, in my opinion. The Tribute series has always been one of those that I've picked up and played and never really like fell in love with. But I mean, they're great guitars for what they are. You can still find them used for under $1,000 pretty much everywhere. Reverb, Guitar Center used, all that kind of stuff. Any used market you check out, you can generally find them for under $1,000. And I say if you're looking to get into Gibson or you just want a Gibson, check out the Tribute series. They're really, really cool. I got this one at Guitar Center used, and I mentioned the price and everything because they had this one listed at $26.99.99. Whoops. But they were generous and they understood that that was way too much. So they ended up lowering the price to $18.99.99. Still, whoops. I did not pay any of that. Like I said, I walked into my local Guitar Center. I was going to trade some guitars that I had. I told him I was looking for an SG Junior. He said, well, I got this guitar in the back. Let me go get it for you. You know, you might like it. Brings this thing. And I was like, what the hell is that thing? He said, just go play it, you know, while we're doing this and see how you feel about it. He said, I want to get rid of this thing. I mean, he was telling me, he's like, it's been sitting back there for 2 years. I want to get rid of it. Okay, that's strange. So I went and played it. It plays really nice. It really does. It plays, it kind of suits me as a player. It's got a big old fat neck on it. I've really liked SGs as of late. And anybody that knows me, I got to play an SG before I buy it generally because SGs are such finicky beasts. This is one of those that just happens to be like, wow, it's a really nice SG. Go back up there. He tells me what he's going to give me for the guitars and everything. And then he tells me that they accidentally bought this thing in as a custom, which if you know Gibson customs, they're right on up there at $3, $4, $5 grand and beyond. I mean, they're expensive. They're expensive guitars. So they bought this one in thinking that it was some sort of SG custom. So who wins here? Well, definitely the guy that sold it to him because he got a pretty penny out of it. Definitely got his money back on all of the upgrades that he made, which we'll talk about in just a second. And played to my advantage because I didn't pay anywhere near that. I paid about what these things sell for used, maybe a little less. I essentially took the guitars that I took up there and did a straight trade, which was a fair deal, right? It was a fair deal. I ended up probably saving, I'd say, about $100. Great deal, I think. I end up with a really cool SG and a cool story behind it. Let's go ahead and talk about the upgrades because that was another reason that they said no one really wanted it was because of the way that it looks. I don't know why. I think it looks really cool. So let's talk about the upgrades real quick. So starting at the back of the headstock here, Kluson locking tuners. They are actual Kluson tuners. Really nice. I don't know why These aren't standard on guitars like locking tuners, period. They make string changes a breeze. They do not help with tuning stability. I don't care what you say. They do not help with tuning stability. They are there to help you with string changes. Y'all argue about that in the comments and tell me how wrong I am. So something you may have noticed about the Tribute series, just really quickly going back to that, maple necks. They have maple necks on them and they have mahogany bodies. This is a fat, chunky neck, like I said before. So if you're looking for a fat neck SG, I've said before that they are kind of hard to find in the Tribute series. That's where you want to look. I think the specials are kind of the same way, but definitely look at the Tribute series if you want a chunky neck SG. So it's got the dot inlays, rosewood fingerboard. I've oiled the fretboard, polished the frets. I've changed the strings on it too because I don't know what kind of strings they had on here. I mean, I know they were D'Addario strings, like 3 of them were, and then the other 3 were the wrong size and the wrong spot. Like they had an E string where the B should go, so it was it was horrible. It was awful. I don't know what kind of string. They just put whatever strings they had on there, I guess. Terrible. But again, I digress. So all the standard appointments here, it cleaned up great. Coming down to the body, this is obviously where all of the magic happens, and this is where the biggest changes were made. The bridge and tailpiece are stock. So far, so good. It's not super high up. It's really cool, and it suits the aesthetic of this beautifully. Like, I don't know, I didn't know how I felt about it before. It looks absolutely stunning. The pick guard has been replaced with just without the neck pickup there. It's still routed for that and all that kind of stuff. I can restore this thing to original if I want, but I think I'm going to keep it as is. They put a kill switch here where the pickup selector went, so it's a little button there that you can just do the kill switch. They did bolt some things down here, which in the cavity cover, there's just some nuts and washers back there. You can just unscrew it. And again, nothing's permanent. Pull these right out and put in some more pots if I wanted to. And then there's 1 volume, 1 tone. They replaced all the pots. There's nice capacitors back there, nice pots, all that. So, I mean, they went full shebang on this thing and made it just awesome. I think the output jack was even replaced. It looked brand new. Is my modded to hell SG Tribute. These are really cool. So aside from all the mods, if you were just to pick one of these up stock, these are really cool. They're really, really nice guitars for the price, especially used. So again, if you're looking for any kind of like cheap way into the Gibson world and you don't want an Epiphone, you want a Gibson, look at the Tribute series. Look at the specials. They may not have the trapezoid inlays or like the nice fancy tops on them, but they play like a Gibson should. I like them. I know they're not for everybody, but give them a chance. Give them a chance. So I know this wasn't really like a review. I just kind of was showing you guys, telling you guys a funny story and showing you this really weird SG that I found. I just thought it was kind of cool and quirky. So if you liked the video, please make sure you like it, subscribe, do all the YouTube stuff. Links in the description again. I'm going to go play this a little bit more, and I'll see you guys next time.